Gamers, the future is looking wild. Whether you're swinging swords, stealing cars, or exploring alien worlds, the next 2 years are stacked with some of the most exciting titles we've seen in a long time. From long-awaited sequels to fresh IPs bursting with creativity, 2025 and 2026 are shaping up to be legendary. Today, we're counting down the top 10 most anticipated games of 2025 and 2026. Games that are turning heads, breaking the internet, and making fans worldwide count the days. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and let us know in the comments which game you can't wait to play. Let's dive in. Kicking off the list is one of the most legendary action franchises in gaming history, Ninja Gaiden 4. Team Ninja is officially back with the 4th main installment in the brutal, high-octane saga of Ryu Hayabusa. If you've played the originals, you know this series isn't for the faint of heart. Razor-sharp combat, split-second dodges, and a steep learning curve that rewards dedication. From what we've seen, Ninja Gaiden 4 looks to push the envelope in both visuals and gameplay depth. Dynamic enemy AI, fully destructible environments, and next-gen ninja traversal. Parkour meets katana. Expect blood, expect boss fights, and expect to die a lot.
This is it.
Next up, Capcom's rising from the ashes with a heavy hitter, Anamushaway of the Sword. Yes, the beloved samurai demon-slaying franchise is finally returning after over a decade in the shadows. This isn't just a remake or a remaster, this is a full reboot built from the ground up. Think Ghost of Tsushima meets Resident Evil engine. Gorgeous feudal Japan backdrops, supernatural enemies, and a darker, more cinematic tone than ever before. Capcom promises a more open-ended structure, player choice and combat styles, and yes, the return of some very familiar faces. Let's just say, Nobunaga might not be done with us yet.
I'm so world up. Trust?
Trust.
Okay, you knew this was coming. Grand Theft Auto 6. Easily one of the most hyped games ever. After years of leaks, teases, and Rockstar silence, we finally have a confirmed title. Location, Vice City. And a pair of protagonists in what looks like GTA's most ambitious story yet. Expect a living, breathing open world with evolving narratives, massive environmental interactivity, and a crazy level of detail only Rockstar can deliver. Early reports mention persistent world changes, dynamic weather, and co-op campaign options. GTA Online will also be integrated from day one with new modes, a tighter economy, and possibly crossplay.
When look who's back.
An expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again.
Time for something a little more surreal. Claire Obscure. Expedition. 33 is a new RPG that's already turning heads for its painterly visuals and haunting, dreamlike tone. Imagine a dark European fantasy version of Final Fantasy with a touch of Lovecraft. Set in a world where people vanish upon reaching the age of 33, thanks to a mysterious figure known as the Paintress. You play as part of the last generation seeking to break the cycle. Combat is turn-based, but deeply strategic, with a system that encourages creativity, synergy, and visual flair. The art direction alone has people talking, but the layered narrative and world-building promise something truly special.
Watch out!
Next up, from the creators of Black Desert Online comes Crimson Desert. And this is no standard MMO fare. This is a full-blown action RPG with a living, dynamic world, set in a gritty medieval fantasy realm full of chaos, politics, and stunning physics-based combat. Early gameplay showcases horseback battles, real-time weather systems, NPC schedules, and a rich single-player campaign that seamlessly integrates multiplayer co-op elements. You play as Macduff, a mercenary fighting for survival across a war-torn continent, and the stakes are high. Think Elden Ring meets The Witcher, but with the style of a Korean epic. Sliding into the 5th spot is a game that exploded onto social media after just one trailer. The Perceiver. This is an action-adventure title set in a mystical, ancient Chinese empire, torn apart by political corruption and supernatural forces. The standout? Its unique visual identity. Bold, black and white brushstroke visuals combined with slick martial arts action. Players control a wandering swordsman who can switch between multiple fighting personas, each with different skills, movement, and philosophies. The game's design draws from traditional Chinese opera, wuxia films, and shadow puppet aesthetics, making it one of the most visually original titles in years. If you've ever wanted a game that blends Sekiro's speed, Devil May Cry's flair, and Bloodborne's atmosphere, Phantom Blade Zero might just be it. This Chinese-developed title blew up at its first trailer reveal. Set in a grim, steampunk-infused version of ancient China, it tells the story of a dying warrior with just 66 days to live, fighting his way through conspiracies, undead assassins, and biomechanical horrors. Combat is fast, brutal, and stylish, with chain swordplay, dodges, parries, and counters that look straight out of a high-budget martial arts film. The developers promise over 30 hours of single-player content and a rich lore inspired by Taoism and folklore. At number 3, it's the long-lost legend, Metroid Prime 4. After being announced way back in 2017, cancelled, then restarted with Retro Studios, we're finally nearing the return of Samus Aran in full next-gen glory. Nintendo's keeping details tight, but here's what we do know. It's running on a new engine, it's not open world, but features massive interconnected areas, and it's aiming to balance the classic Metroidvania structure with modern storytelling and combat. Fans are hoping for the best first-person exploration and puzzle-solving the franchise is known for, but with the tech to finally realize it on a grand scale.
Still think you're the hunter?
From the makers of Ghost of Tsushima comes a spiritual successor, Ghost of Yotei. Set in Hokkaido during the Meiji Restoration era, you play a mysterious Ronin haunted by a dark past. The game's twist? A supernatural element that blurs the line between history and myth. This time around, there's a heavier focus on stealth, spirit world traversal, and dynamic dueling mechanics, plus full co-op support in the campaign. Visually, it's breathtaking: snow-covered mountains, blood-red maple forests, ancient shrines, and haunting spirits lurking in the mist. Expect Sucker Punch to once again raise the bar for cinematic storytelling and open-world immersion.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a famine.
And taking the #1 spot, Mafia The Old Country. Hangar 13 is back, and this time they're going way back to early 20th century Italy. Set before the events of the original Mafia trilogy, this prequel follows the rise of the first organized crime families in southern Italy. It's an open-world game with a heavy emphasis on story, period-accurate detail, and emotional character arcs. Players can expect brutal shootouts, horse-drawn chases, early automobiles, and the gradual rise of the mob in a society broken by war and class divides. What's more, the game reportedly features a branching narrative where your choices can lead to multiple endings and vastly different reputations. If Mafia 2 was the Godfather Part 2 of video games, this is aiming to be the Once Upon a Time in America.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
So there you have it, our top 10 most anticipated games of 2025 to 2026. From dystopian dreams to feudal fantasy, neon cities to haunted shrines, this list shows one thing. The future of gaming isn't just bright, it's blinding. Which one are you waiting for the most? Drop your pick in the comments, and if we missed a game you're hyped about, let us know. We might feature it in a future episode. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and stay tuned for more deep dives, game breakdowns, and hype-fueled countdowns.